Did we leave anybody out?
Isaac Lewis, publisher at North Lawndale Community News. And we cover 7 communities on the west side of Chicago, but primarily North Lawndale community, which has a population of 41,000, including the other 7 communities that surround it. It's like 350,000 plus. What I've learned is that with the targeted community, that there is a gap when everybody doesn't have access to the web. So one of the first things that we did was we had started a newspaper. So that always complements and supports the website, and it drives people, because we know that as time moves on, that that gap, that digital divide gap, is ever growing smaller. I've learned to keep the site up during tough times when you serve a community that's already hard hit with poverty, that you got to be diversified to create other kind of ways to keep it going, because you can only cut back so much until there's nothing left. What I'm hoping to learn here is to better position ourselves in this transition into the digital world, hopefully to learn how to, because more people have cell phones than they have computers. And especially in our community, cell phones are very popular. One of the other things I've learned is that our population, especially the younger ones, they thrive on graphics. So photos say a lot, and so that it already is proven with the success of Facebook. We have 2 computer labs, and we notice that the people coming in, they're always on Facebook. And so to try to grab some of that market, we put more photos on our site and also in our newspaper. And so that's what I have.
My name is Heuse Sanchez. I'm with the eastsiderla.com. We cover too many neighborhoods outside of downtown LA, and it's hyper local. We do a little bit of aggregation, original content, photos, essays, and contributions. What I learned this year too, is like many of you, is that you just can't do it all, and you sort of have to sort of pick your battles more carefully. And what we're trying to learn next year, for the coming year, is how to maybe take on partners that could help us financially, but I can retain control and the vision of what I want to do.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm with the local East Village, which is the Arthur L. Carter Journalism Institute at New York University's collaboration with the New York Times. We're about a year old now. We cover the East Village neighborhood in New York. And I guess I've only been editor for a little over a month. But what I gather before my time, Jay actually is a co-founder of the blog, is that the blog launched with the mission of being written 50% by students and 50% by people in the neighborhood. And I think that we were hoping that that would produce consistent quality journalism. It's proven hard to produce that journalism on a consistent level. So what we learned is that we did need to hire staffers who could write and kind of anchor the blog. As for the next year, I guess our challenge is going to be kind of building community in a neighborhood that already has a lot of very strong neighborhood blogs that came before us and have a lot of loyalty in the neighborhood. And of course, generating revenue that will allow us to fund our journalism.
Hi, Jared Goyette, Open Media Miami. As far as what I've learned, we started really at the beginning of the year. The whole picking your spots thing, I think a lot of people have said already. So I'll say we have a unique situation in that we started off selling ads and providing content to on the platform of the Miami Herald, where we are. And I learned really quickly the benefits and the drawbacks of partnering with such a large institution. It gave us the chance to establish relationships with sources and advertisers more quickly than we would have otherwise. But I also learned that you can have a lot of friendly conversations with the newsroom, and the ad staff will still steamroll you as soon as they get the chance. So, yeah, a lot of back and forth. And what I want to learn, well, partly because of that whole lesson, we've partnered with this more art-focused site, and we're about to, we have a much bigger platform, a little bit bigger budget, and we're ready to bring on an ad staff person. I'm trying to figure out how best to recruit, pay, and retain someone that's going to do the job they need to do and like have the, I think, the passion necessary to do it, like the guy in Magic City has. So, thanks.
Thank you.
Quick summary. Passion can't be faked. That was about 10 times. A lot of sites seem to have discovered the virtue of, I think you just said it, picking your spots or developing focus rather than being just news, doing fewer things but in more depth with explainers, projects, and so forth. That's very interesting. Partnerships with local media, that came up again and again. That's interesting. Sustainability, of course, that there's no one answer to it. This idea of becoming a platform, meaning not just a content provider, but building some sort of service that you can actually offer to other people. San Antonio's brilliant idea of webcasting, that's more like a platform, right? So that came up several times. If you think you know, you don't know, that's an interesting lesson. Like you don't actually know who else is out there. You don't actually know what other sources of revenue there are. You think you know your community, but there's surprises around the corner. Making it easier for people to contribute, mobile, and spouses.